Good morning. I am trading and I'm sharing with you on my screen what I'm trading and some of the screenshots. Unfortunately, because I'm in the trade, if I record the screen, I'm not able to get out of my trade if I need to. I've decided to share this with you on a daily basis as I go through my trades, or if I don't even trade, because it holds me accountable and shares with you the emotional response that I have to my trading, which sometimes is not great and sometimes is good. Whenever I see green, I feel a lot better. Whenever I see red, I don't feel good. CME starts at about 5 o'clock Central Time. You can start trading the Asian markets and go into London and then trade New York. Some guys sleep a couple hours during lulls and then get back up and trade. I can't do that. I'm not capable of handling that much stress and pressure. Today, I'm sharing with you what I did wrong yesterday and what I've done wrong since I've been trading. I started trading in July and had some really good days. I was learning how to trade based upon Fibonacci. That did okay, but I wasn't trading what I'm trading right now. I was trading the S&P, and I have a really cool piece of software for that shows market profile, and it actually gives a lot more indicators. Right now I'm trading micro Bitcoin. So that's a CME product. It's a futures product, and it's very volatile, but there's good swings in it that you can go up and down and make, great money, but you can also lose great money. As I'm talking to you, I'm watching my trade and showing on the screen where my trade is like, it's green, but it's not green enough. So yesterday I got in, I made some money. I did okay. I was up about 400 and then I lost it. And this morning I lost it by going long, which I don't go long in the market because I'm not a long person. I usually short the market. Today I'm shorting the market and I'm 21 minutes left in this candle. And I got in short at right below the 25% mark, which I'm going to share with you on a picture right here. And that arrow that shows the 25% mark. This was a good trade until it's not. Right now I'm only up 170. I've got a long buying wick on the bottom here. And I'm looking at this candle like, okay, the parabolic stop and reverse is showing a downtrend, but the RL10 is showing an uptrend. It's a sharp up after this morning's crazy almost $3,000 candle that went up. We're probably like 10% into that candle to the downside. And the PSAR is showing a downtrend. My thought is that there's a lot of algo trading going on right now. You're one trader, you're trading 5 lots, for God's sakes. It's not like you're being whisked out of the market. There are a lot of things here that I'm looking at as far as when do I get out? Should I get out now? I'm at 195. I'm down 304. Where do I get out, right? My intention is to make $1,000 a day, not to lose 500 a day, right? I've already lost today. I'm down 300. I was up 400. So, but my P&L is down 300 right now. So I need to make 1,300 if I'm going to make my goal. And that's tough in a market when you don't know exactly what to do. You're stopping trades and then starting trades, and it's like $15 to trade on this platform. I'm in a prop firm, so it's much more expensive because of the fact that I'm trying to get funded. This is a day when you figure out, okay, you have to make $3,000 to get your XFA account. After that, I think it's up to 10,000. You can get 90% of that and draw it out. But you also have to think about, what are you willing to invest? There's a lot going on here, but first is to get to the XFA account, which I've done once and then I blew the account out. And I guess that's normal with new traders. Coming from the trading and the financial background, you'd think I know all this stuff and I'd be so good at this, and what's wrong with you? And there's a lot of feelings about being not good enough and what happened, and that was such a dumb move and all this other stuff. This is the reason that I'm doing these videos, so that if you're getting into this for the first time and you're like, oh, that was so stupid. How did I lose $500? And then you kind of laugh it off, but it's still bothering you. It's bothering you because you've always talked to yourself like that. Trading is a mental game. And 95% of this game is mental, and the other 5% is the market. When you win or lose, if you're celebrating your wins and you're chastising your losses, it's going to be very hard to keep an even keel. And even though that sounds like a lot of diatribe, and maybe it sounds like it doesn't make sense to people, it really is the truth. I've read some great books on trading. I'm reading one right now. It's by Jack Schwager. I leave some of those below in the description box. And these books are very helpful for me. Some of them are kind of a bummer, to listen to, because quite honestly, traders have a very high, they're always on, and this is hard for your brain, because when you're always on and you're always like, okay, what's the next? It's kind of like a dopamine fix. So you're sitting here and you're like, oh, I see green. Yay. Oh, I see red. And that's my feeling a lot of the time. So the point of these videos is to bring you into my world. And even though I'm not showing you step by step, I can't get my screen to record and also be able to have access to my trade. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking just pictures, screenshots of it, and sharing those with you, like up here or wherever they are on the screen, and give you an indication of what's going on during my trades. There's a lot that goes on with trading, and I've learned a lot. Right now I'm only up to 50. I was up 400. I should have clipped that, but I didn't. I've got 15 minutes left in this candle, and I am up, but I'm only up to 50, and my whole P&L is down 3. So I'd like to get up. Like I said, my goal is $1,000 a day. If I'm down 3, then I've got to make 1,300, and that's because I got to offset that, right? And that might not be the best way to think about it. I'm sure there's going to be some trader that's going to annihilate me in the comments, but then I'll just delete it because I just can't handle the hate anymore on social media. It's just so much. So I'm sharing this with you because if in fact you are a Gen X trader like me and you're like, okay, I really want to learn how to do this, but I'm scared. I'm afraid of being rejected. I'm afraid of losing money. I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of that. All these fears. Those are things that you're going to have to get over. I have them too. We all have them, I guess, as I'm told. I don't know what everyone else has. I know what I feel. And I feel like there's times when I'm just not good enough, or like my trades are not doing well, or I've lost all this money, or, oh my God, what's going on? Why am I blowing out my Combine accounts, and why can't I get funded? I don't know what's natural for everybody else. I do know what I feel. And being tied to the result is tougher. When you're tied to the result and you really want a good outcome, you base your self-worth on that outcome. And I do that a lot. So you're not the only one if that's you as well. Anyway, these are trading journals so that you can see what's going on. I will post at the end of the week and do a live of what happened this week in trading. This is Thursday, the 23rd of January, so I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do a live on my YouTube channel. I'll just go over the week, even though I just started doing my journals now. The daily journals will happen while I'm trading like this. I don't think I'll be able to record the screen unless I can figure something out. I'm going to get out of this trade right now because I'm at 100, and it's looking like it's going to go the opposite way. So I've been in drawdown for the past week and a half or so, and I got out of it a little bit yesterday in the Asia market when I saw some green, but right now I'm down 209. And I wanted to talk to you about how it is being a Gen X trader and reinventing myself. This has been the last 18 years of my life. I can't look at that time and say, oh, it's been so great. I've learned a lot. AI, I've learned how to build sites. I've learned how to do a bunch of emails. I've learned all kinds of technical stuff that doesn't pay a lot of money because nobody cares about it. They can find somebody for $2 an hour that does this. So it's much easier to hire somebody in Malaysia. If they screw it up, it doesn't cost you a fortune, and all you got to do is fix what they screwed up. Hiring anyone in America to do something, I'd be really good at sales. I'm not good at sales at all. I read a lot of sales books. Like right now I'm reading that Sell It with Sirhan, and he's got such a great attitude, but he's different. When you dress in Gucci and Louis Vuitton, of course you're going to be able to sell $1 million apartment. I've got hand-me-downs and maybe a couple of pieces of Lululemon. In the meantime, I'm learning how to trade. I'm teaching myself with a course that I purchased, and I have a coach that I have access to. She's really awesome, and she's a woman, which helps me out a lot because I don't really work well with men. Men and I don't get along. It's not that I'm gay. It's just that they don't like me, and I can sense it right away, you know. So it's harder to get information from men when you're older. When you're young and you look good and you're pretty and you got the nice, sexy little voice, then it's super simple to get what you want from men. I used to do it, I know. But when you're older, no, not at all. I am now down just $85 as opposed to the 400 that I was down before, thank God. I am learning how to trade, and I'm teaching myself how to trade using Fibonacci and market profile. And I do listen to people on YouTube, but most of it is like bro dude and look how great I am and look how awesome my videos are. So I get bored and I just switch it off. But if you're like me and you want to learn, I do have a link below to the course that I'm taking. I don't get an affiliate commission, so there is no affiliate commission there. You don't have to worry about that. It's not an affiliate link. But it's a great course. It's not cheap and it's not easy. It's very technical. And as I've grown older, I think I've learned that, you know, in this age of economy where we're AI only and bots are normal, and we don't even know if the people we're talking to is a bot or not. You can't even tell if this guy Musk is a bot or not. He looks like a robot. You don't know if people on the street are bots. You have no idea anymore. In this age of technical wonder, it's important that we all, especially the Gen Xers, know not only how to use it, but how to use it really well and make a living at it. We have moved from, and I was listening to this podcast the other day. It was so good. We've moved from this agrarian society that we had, you know, a few hundred years ago into the machinery society, which took away the horses from plows and started making tractors. Oh my God, I'm only $15 down. Holy crap. I think this actually might be a good trade. So we've moved from this agrarian into the industrial, and now we're in the digital. And the digital started in like the 70s, but I'm finally seeing green on my trade. I'm blown away. I'll take a picture after I get out of the trades. Hopefully I can get up. I'd love to see this thing come back down to 104.3, if not more. If it came down to 102.7 where it started, 102.570 where it started, oh man, that would be a great day for me. Seriously, a great day for me. So if I'm in the money on this trade and this candle ends in about 16 minutes, if I'm in the money on this trade, I might just keep it to the downside. This RL10 is now moving over on the 30-minute, and the PSAR, I don't know if it's going to flip or not, but it looks like it'll probably flip. I think on this PSAR over here that I'm trading on, it's on the upside. I don't have an RL10 on this, but I do see that the HLC VWAP, which is the sum of all of the moving averages, open, close, and what is it? I'm high, open, and close as I'm trading here. It's hard to think when I'm trading. Anyway, the HLC VWAP is now kind of curving into the area my take profit is right now at 650. So I moved from $90 into $10 in the green. Let's see what happens. There's a morning star up here, which is a candle that I call morning star. It looks like kind of like, actually, it's like a hammer at the top. And I'll show you what that looks like. This trade, let's see, well, how big is this candle right now? It's 455. So we're down about 500. If this thing comes down another 500, which would be at this point 105, 130. 105, 130 would be where this trade would be $1,000, or this candle would be $1,000, or 1,000 ticks. 400 right now. Now I'm negative 40. This thing goes back and forth so much. I'm not going to be editing these videos all saucy and sexy because I don't have time, number one. And number two, because I don't have an editor and I'm not a good video editor. I just don't have time. Most people want something that's $2 an hour and they think that's what's going to happen. And that's truly what is going to happen in Malaysia. You can go over to Malaysia, you can go to Singapore, you can go to, in the Asias and find people that'll do this for $12 and do a decent job. They're not great. They have big captions on them and they don't have the right pictures, right? If you tell them which picture, they're not going to put the right picture on. You have to really give them step-by-step instructions. And by the time you've figured that out, you might as well have just done it by yourself. So I don't edit my videos like all the sexy girls do. I'm not a sexy girl. But I do want to tell you that this passion project, most people would say I'm an idiot, or, hey, you're stupid for doing this, or, how are you making your money? Right now, I am working with affiliate links, a lot of affiliate links for AI. There is something that I really enjoy doing and learning about, which is the FTC compliance issues. And I became certified in FTC compliance from a company that has a piece of software that scans your website and tells you if you're in violation or have warnings that could potentially get you in trouble with the FTC. And I think this is so important because there are so many cases out there that people don't even know about. 5.5 cases a day are being investigated by the FTC, and they want to do more. Thank you very much. We are in for a big ride, and it's no longer going to be a good thing for those of us who are at the bottom rung. We are at risk. It's very scary. I'm very scared of this administration. I'm really scared of what's going to happen to the people who are over 45, 50 years old, unless you have a nest egg of at least $5 to $10 million. You are struggling. There are those of us who don't even have a tenth of that. And we're just busting ass every day to try to make a buck. Those of us who are like that are a big majority because we've had families to care for, kids to care for, or we've had health issues come up, or something has happened where we've been devastated monetarily throughout our career. 2008, we've had the 1999 dot-com bust. So there's a lot of things that we've gone through in our lives that financially have not bode well with us. So now, 18 years into this entrepreneurial journey that I thought was cool, I'm going to make millions and sell my ebooks online. That totally did not happen. I've been begging for people to buy from me ever since. But it's funny, people are like, oh, you know so much. And then they go somewhere else. Or I'll pitch something and then I'll be just annihilated in the pitch. So it brings to light how inadequate you feel and how inadequate you are sometimes. And that's a big thing, I think, with a lot of people who are over 50. I don't think a lot of us really want to be able to make money and do the things that we're good at, but we aren't as savvy online as we want to be. There's not many of us who are as savvy online. I try to be as savvy as possible with my Substack and my LinkedIn. I don't do fake book or Instacrap anymore. It's just, I can't even anymore. I've deleted all of those accounts. So maybe that's to my demise. I don't know, but I just won't be the one that's following the herd in that way. I did get a Blue Sky account and I haven't posted anything on there yet. I really want to, but I've been teaching myself how to trade every single day and not doing well. I've decided that I'm just going to do these stream videos and see what happens. If they work, great. If they don't, whatever. I did my best. Now I'm $90 down where I was up. I don't know what the hell. I should have just snatched that and then reversed that position. Now it's coming down again. If I can reverse this position, I might just do that. If I can get to the green and then reverse it. It seems like this thing is playing in between. Let me go over to this. It's like playing at the 25% mark at 105.7. It's bouncing off of that. Now I'm 135 down, and I was up. There is fair value gap down here. I think I'm early to the party on the short, to tell you the truth. This RL10 is now moving to the downside. It's like come up and it's moving to the downside. We've got a really steep up curve on the SMAs, but the VWAP on the HLC 3 is trending down. It's like this and then over, and then it's kind of like you can see a little bit of a curve. So I think I'm early to this party on the short. Had I stayed in on my short up here at 106, where I got in before, I got stopped out on that one on the candle at 11:30. It came up to like a 106,580, and I was in at 106.1 or 106.2. So I didn't want to risk it. And I shouldn't have taken that down because I would have been still in the green right now. But now I'm in the red, 112.50. These videos are my trading videos on a daily basis. I'm going to piece them together and do my best at editing them. And having Descript go through and like make sure that there's no curse words in them so that I don't get nailed by the gods. The AI gods. And then on Fridays, what I'm going to try to do is a live. I really want to be able to commit to that, like do a live for 30 minutes on my YouTube channel. If anyone shows up, then great. I don't know how popular I am going to be, to tell you the truth, because there's a lot of people who have a lot more to say, I guess, and especially to look at. Like they're perfect. Nails, hair, eyelashes, makeup, the whole thing. I just don't have the time or the interest or the money to buy all that shit. These eyelashes are like $300. Are you kidding me? You're out of your mind. Plus the time it takes. Oh my God, no. So, oh good. Now I'm back down to 32.50 out of the money. So hopefully I can get into the green. The green would be a 104,315 at 650. It would be for $1,300, which is exactly what I could use right now to break even. It would be down to where that 630 candle kind of started rocketing up, which is at 102,960. So I don't know if we will retrace that much today, but the fair value gap here goes to 102. Well, I don't know, 102.7. Yeah, 102.8. Actually, fair value goes to 102.8, and that's on the hour. So I'm wondering if that's not going to be filled. It would surely be freaking awesome if that fair value gap filled out. That would be so good if it came down. But that's dubious, because what happens usually is it gets taken out to a certain extent, and then it goes back up. So probably like it gets taken out to probably 104,340. Where would that be? 104,340 is, let's go here, 335. That's about, where I was before. So probably it will, and now I'm down $100 again. We've got less than 3 minutes in this candle. We've got a longer buying wick at the bottom, unless this thing candles below that 105,685 area. We're at 105,800. If it candles below 105,685, that would be freaking killer. Like I said, I think I'm early to the party because I got in about an hour ago, and now I'm stressing out. There is something to be said about swing trading versus day trading, but the swing trades you need a really big stop on, and there's no way I could afford to swing trade in Bitcoin ever. It's just, the swings are just, the volatility is just too much. On MNG, I could probably do swing trades, but on a prop firm, you're not able to do a swing trade. You got to get out by market close at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific, 3 o'clock Central. And if you don't get out, they get you out anyway, so it doesn't matter. But like on MNG today, there was a nice bump here at about 387 where you could have gotten in and ridden that up. That's a much better play than Bitcoin. I mean, why I'm not trading MNG, I have no idea. But that's a much better play than Bitcoin. And the reason I think it is because the trend line goes with MNG. And I've got a better system set up for that, for looking at the charts. The sexiness of Bitcoin is what keeps me around, because I'm like, oh, if I could become a really good Bitcoin trader, look at what I could do, and have all the accolades and everything else. But I wonder about that now, especially after this trade. So my goal is to get out of this trade and get into at least $1,000 on Bitcoin, and then start trading MNG a lot more. But MNG, you have to get in at the bottom or the top. There is no diddling in the middle. Like my coach says, you can't do it, because even in the middle right now, the candles are so tiny that you can't make enough. There's just no spread there. So very little volatility in MNG, quote unquote, comparatively speaking to Bitcoin. Like the volatility is nothing compared to Bitcoin, but the volatility is there. This morning we had a downtrend at the top. Let me just see here. Yeah, we had a downtrend starting at about 4030, and that ended up going down. This was 330, 435. So it's 6 o'clock there at night. So it's 7 hours ahead. It's 11. So it's 7 hours ahead over there. Right now it's 11. So we've got an 11 o'clock candle here. This 11 o'clock candle on Bitcoin is green, but it just candled below the 25% point on MT. That's a good sign. And the SMA on the close is right at that 25% line. Let's see what happened to the RL10. Oh, wow. The EMA is like this, and now I'm down 750s. I was early to the short, but I potentially can be in the green, potentially today. And I might be able to make up what I've lost so far and the $1,000, which would be super fucking awesome. On MNG, which is natural gas, the trend line, goes right to the trend line. So it's a trade that makes sense, especially for me, because I'm not a great trader. It makes sense for me to do it. Like I said, though, it's like so sexy to be a Bitcoin and I know what I'm doing in crypto. But the liquidity is tough to find in Bitcoin unless you have a lot of money and you can leverage. I know a trader who's really, really good, who's making like beyond money that's like, it blows my mind. But the liquidity he has, oh shit, now I'm down $50. Like I said, I think I'm early to this party. It just candled below, like it actually opened below. What's the open on this? 105,635, and we're at 105.7. It opened below the 25% mark. So by $50, not much, but by $50. So MNG, yeah. Even right now, we've got a doji on the last candle at, 10:30, and now the 11 o'clock candle is heading green, and it's got some spike in it. So probably like a lunchtime reversal is happening right now. This was what could happen here, although I do see that these red candles, this is a bearish engulfing on the previous, and then we had an evening star previous to that. So a 2 outside down, which I need a 3 outside down. That's what's going to work on this, as a 3 outside down. So the 11:30 candle, I need, in order to make this trade work, it's got to be a 3 outside down. That means that this candle needs to be a red bearish engulfing. And here's the RL10 moving right over the top. You can see it right there. I think I was early to this party. I got out too early. I was in at the 106 area and I got out way too early. That's my biggest mistake today. Big mistake. So you just deal with what you have. In the meantime, I hope this helped someone who is going over this, or like, oh, I just want to listen to this woman ramble about her trades. I will show you pictures of fair value gap right there. And then also, oh, I'm up 120 now. Okay. So let's see if this drops. And then I'll show you pictures of the trade as it's going in my favor. Thank God right now. And then I'll show you pictures of MNG on this. And you can always look MNG up. I'll show you pictures of this trade that I'm in so that you can see, like, all right, this is what's happening. This is what she's dealing with. And who knows, maybe today I won't have that feeling in my stomach of like, you're a failure and you're worthless. Hopefully it will be something better than that. If this helped you, if you find this channel to be awesome and you want to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I am trying to grow the channel so that I can monetize it and start making some kind of living where I can buy dog food, which would be really cool because I have 2 of them, and cat food. And my cat is even more expensive than my dog. I'd like to be able to at least one day have a place of my own that I'm not subject to leasing agents telling me that I can't do something or can't walk somewhere. That would be so great. I'd love to not have to live in an apartment for the first time in my life. I'd love to have my own house. So there you go. Dream big. Have your own house and your backyard for your dogs. Okay, I will see you tomorrow on a live, and you can ask me questions. And until then, have a great day.